It's amazing, isn't it? The spirit world, what goes on, you know? Spooky though, but it was great to see him. It was. It was great to see him. Oh, I wonder if he's going to pop back again in the next 7 or 8 years, pop in and say, hey, how's it hanging? Or he might appear full-bodied. Oh, I wish he could do that now. It would be so good. I'll just turn the camera around and there he is, believe me. That will be spooky, right? I'm doing a video right now, talking to you, and then he just appears behind me. You will shit your dacks, wouldn't you? That would be amazing. Then it would be proof, Well, there you go. For those that don't believe me, there you go. There he is. He's right behind me. Oh, if I could dare Heath to do that one day, it would be shocking if he's able to deliver. I'll be in shock. The whole world will be in shock. What the fuck? That would be spooky. That would be very spooky. But it was great to see him. It was really great to see him. And yeah, apparently, I don't know if she's doing swimming classes, but apparently I think she is, because he's sort of telling me that he's with her when she goes swimming. Yeah, he watches her. He sits down with his legs crossed and he watches her while she's, swimming and engaging with her friends and all that. But there's also a group that's sort of not, giving her a bit of trouble. So from what I can, gather, from what he's shown me in that, because you know why I know? I'll tell you why I know. I'll tell you the vision I had this morning, okay? I had a vision that I'm at these pools and there's students there and everything, and they're swimming, and I'm seeing Heath sitting with his legs crossed, with his back up against the wall, and he's got his head down. He's like this, and I'm thinking, is that Heath? And I walked over there, and I sat down in front of him, and I put my hands on his legs, and I'm like, oh, Heath, so nice to see you. And I'm like, oh, I like your hair, and I'm getting my hand, and I'm running it through his hair, and I held his face, and I looked up, and I knew straight away when he looked up, his face changed, and it was Matilda's face. And I knew straight away the look of sadness in her eyes, her face. She didn't look happy. And I'm like, Heath, and I turned her head this way. So do you understand what I'm saying? He came to me as Matilda. His face changed. As soon as I went like this and shifted his head up, I saw his stubble, and then when I looked again and I saw the eyes and the look of sadness, and he turned his head away and he's going like that, I'm like, Heath, what's wrong? And he looked up at me again, and then the face changed and it was Matilda, and that's how I knew straight away, okay, he's concerned, he's worried about her, she's having issues. And when I turned back around again, I saw these students gathering around this child being mean to her. And these other students were older, but they were chubby. They were, a bit stocky. And I knew straight away, okay, Heath, you're trying to tell me that this is the reason why you haven't come to me. You're concerned about your daughter. You've been watching over her when she's at school and doing school activities, curriculum activities, going swimming classes and stuff like that. He's with her all the time. So he's watching over her like a hawk. And that's how I knew. Because it started off him being him. Not until I, got him to look up at me, then it wasn't him. He turned straight away into his daughter. Yeah. So there you go. That's how I know. And I knew straight away. I had that sinking feeling, oh, she's having issues. I knew straight away. So and she's keeping it bottled up a little bit. Like, she's not fully opening up to her mum about it. So she needs to open up and she needs to tell her everything. Some of it I believe she has, but there's a lot more going on that Michelle's unaware of, that only Heath is aware of. So that's how I know. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's how I know. And I'm suspecting that the limestone is underneath my dad's room somewhere. Yeah, it's underneath my dad's room, because Heath was sitting down And he got up and stretched and walked off. And my dad told me he had red hair, and I'm thinking, are you sure? And he's like, well, not really red hair. It was more like a sandy, blondish kind of hair. And I'm thinking, that's Heath. He must have come through the floor in the room and manifested, and he thought he'd sit down for a few seconds. He probably didn't think my dad would have seen him, but my dad saw him. So there you go. It was Heath. So, yeah. Well, don't worry, Heath. I'm pretty sure we'll get Matilda the help she needs. If I was Michelle, I'd pull her out of that bloody school she's in and homeschool her. That way she's away from, people being, she'll have positive, people being positive towards her about her dad, but then she'll get the odd twat that will, harass her and sort of be mean and pick on her, and, and they're probably picking on her because of her looks too. She may have put on a bit of weight, but, from the feeling I got, she's also, because when I looked at her, I can see the anxiety in her eyes. I can tell she wasn't happy. And I, turned her head around, and her hair's long now. Her hair's like past her shoulders. Her hair's like really long, and she's looking from the dream, I can tell she's not coping very well, the poor thing. That's understandable, schools can be bloody pain in the neck. They can be. But, I'll be like, focus on your studies and get the heck out of that school, and do what you want to do, pursue your dreams, But Dad's watching over her, Dada. She'll be okay. Damn it, I wish I knew Michelle. I'll bloody call her, but then she's not going to believe me. She's going to be like, but why would he come to you? And then I have to explain the whole story to her, and she'll be like, oh. And I'll be like, yeah. I say, look, if you don't believe me, that's understandable, because, some people, believe and some people don't. But, I have to voice it because I feel it's an urgency. So he wants her to know that, yeah, Matilda's not coping too well. I believe Matilda's got a diary. And I saw this diary. She's got a diary. Diary, it's like a green diary, and it's got like, flowers on it. And she's writing in her diary. I think she's been writing her to Dad as well, and he's been responding. I think he's been coming to her in dreams too, I hope. That's if she's open, open to it. He will communicate with her through dreams as well. But he's following her everywhere at school. He's with her at school all the time. And that's why he's getting so concerned, because he knows that they're not making her schooling enjoyable. She's finding it hard to cope. And she's got anxiety. Oh yeah, she's got anxiety, the poor thing. But don't worry. I hope and pray everything pans out all right in the end for her. I'm sending her love and light, and may everything be all right in the end for you, Matilda. Oh, poor doll. Mate, if I had it my way, if anyone's picking on her, I'll break their arms and legs. I'll snap their little necks. Leave her alone. Let her fucking, concentrate on her studies. Let her fucking graduate high school. Let her fucking, enjoy her time at school. Leave her alone. If there's anyone out there watching this that goes to her school, leave her alone. Or Auntie Clara is going to come after you one by one. I'm not kidding. I'm coming for you. You better watch your back. If I had the power, trust me, I would. I would. I'm thinking, what's next? Like my dad said in the post, he actually typed it up on Facebook, what he saw this morning. But when me and my dad discussed it further, he thinks it was Heath as well. So, yeah, because I was still asleep at that time when my dad woke up, you see. So he must have come in here, jumped into my body, and gave me that vision. But it was good, though. It was good to see him momentarily, just for 30 seconds, and then he morphed into his daughter. He changed into his daughter. So, yeah, and she didn't look happy, the poor thing. It's got me worried. No wonder he's, concerned, and he's watching over her like mad. He's very concerned, and now he's got me concerned. Now I'm worried for her. I'm thinking, oh, gee, I want to know what the fuck is going on in that bloody school. Oh, don't worry, hopefully he will come to Michelle in a vision, and he will tell her, look, our daughter's having trouble, and Michelle will take the correct actions and either temporarily pull her out of school and get her homeschooled. I reckon that would be best for her. I know she comes here, to see the rest of Heath's family in Perth and that. I know that. I don't know how many times a year she comes here, but I do know she comes here quite often, on school holidays and stuff. She gets her to come over and spend quality time with her grandma and grandpa, and it's good, But me personally, I feel she should stay here in Australia. That will make Heath feel better, I reckon. That's just my personal opinion, though. Maybe not, Everyone has good and bad days at school, But this is a more deep-seated issue she's got. She's just not coping too well, the poor darling. I pray everything will be all right for her. I really do. Boy, oh boy, I wonder what I'm going to eat. Oh, pardon me. That's the, hang on, that's the Pepsi Max talking. I've been slowly sipping on this. It's bloody freezing. Hang on, I want to see if you can see my breath. No, you can't, but I can see it here. It's a very faint fog. It's freezing. Got Chica, my cat, she's under the bed here, under the covers, keeping warm. You know what's happened? Since yesterday, we've had the magpies here, right? For ages. Now the magpies have been driven out of the area, and now we've got crows. And I'm talking about in the masses. Can you hear them? They haven't shut up since I woke up this morning. It's bloody tripping me out, though. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Where's the magpies gone? They've drove the magpies out of the area. There's not one magpie now. All crows and Hyatt, especially down Dalmont Street, my street. They're all over the place. Are you going to come back on the bloody fence again and start screaming at me? I don't know what the heck. It is weird. I must say that is weird. Oh well, poor magpies have been driven out of the area now. Now we've got a dominant crow committee here. Kicking ass. It's weird. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should watch a bit of TV. What do you reckon? Have a bite to eat. Tonight for dinner, go and have a nice roast chicken, roast vegetables, and some... I'm going to give some chicken to Chica. She's craving some chicken. Don't you worry, Chica, you'll get some chicken. Cheeky bugger. Okay, I'll post this and I'll be back.